No, we can just go live.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We just wanted to pop on live for a couple of reasons. One, to hype the show for tonight. Two, to introduce a new substitute co-host. And three, I guess there's three reasons. Updates for this podcast. Now bringing it to you, the host, Nathan Noss.
How's it going, everybody? So first, let me introduce our new co-host. This is Pat, very knowledgeable in the sport of professional wrestling. Actually met Mark Henry, which is something I haven't done, and I'm a little bit jealous over. So, how you doing today, Pat?
I'm doing good, Nathan.
All right. So, again, tonight's big news. We have the son-in-law of Wild Samoan Appa, Vertigo, the Cure Rivera. And that'll be at 7 o'clock tonight. So please tune in, ask your questions. By far, this will be the biggest interview we've done. I mean, his family is, like wrestling royalty in pro wrestling. Also, we have a new secure email account, which I'll kind of pass that over to Tony to give that information. So if any of the promotions that are listening tonight want to email us about having any of their people on the podcast or their talent, on their podcast, then they can email us at this email address.
Yes, very excited because we've actually got new promotions coming and joining us at the regular. So our new From the Chair Facebook page is from capital F, the capital T, chair, capital C, at gmx.com. From the chair, gmx.com. Capital F, capital T, capital C.
So, Pat, I know you're new to this podcast, but can you give us a little bit of thoughts on what your feelings are going into this interview? We're kind of throwing you into the deep end here, being that it's the biggest interview we've done so far. So,
Well, one, I think it's really awesome that we got one of the greatest wrestling families in history joining us.
And I agree with that. And one of the things I learned last night in my due diligence of doing research, which we'll get into more tonight, is Mr. Rivera has been a pro wrestler for 21 years. So, this guy has pretty much seen everything. So, I think it's going to be a very interesting and captivating interview.
Me personally, I'm just looking forward to listening to a great interview.
Oh yeah, the story should be amazing. Tony, you talked about some of the other promotions that might be or that will be listening into that. You feel comfortable sharing some of those, or?
I think that some of those, because they're not confirmed yet, need to be a way we can talk off air, and I can fill you both in on some of the bigger promotions that we're in negotiations with.
Okay.
Not saying I want to hide it. Not saying I want to hide it from the fans. It's just nothing's official yet, and I don't like putting anything on the podcast until it's official.
Which is completely responsible and professional, so that makes perfect sense. Again, we just wanted to come on and make this kind of quick because, and again, please come watch us tonight at 7. This is going to be one of the most captivating interviews I think that you'll hear. The story, like I said, the stories alone from that family have to be amazing. And we have, between Tony and I, we have quite a few questions we're going to ask ourselves, so we won't have a shortage of questions to ask.
Well, and for tonight's interview, because I'm going to go back into my executive producer role, Pat will be asking my questions for me.
Right. And that's right. So I should have put it this way. Tony and I came up with questions for Pat and I to ask. And I believe at last count there were 31 questions.
31 questions, and that's not including viewer questions.
And that's not including your questions for the fans out there, which your guys' questions take priority, right? If you guys have a question to ask, we'll stop our questions and ask yours right away. So, again, please come and join us tonight at 7 o'clock. You can catch us on YouTube at From the Chair or on the From the Chair Facebook page.
So, with that, until this evening at 7 p.m., we bid you adieu. Bang.